Hello, welcome to English for Everyone. Today we're going to talk about the correct pronunciation of words ending in INE. If it's a one-syllable word, example, mine, it's always the long I sound, mine. But when you have more than one syllable, it can be one of three sounds. Valentine uses a long I, the same as mine. Valentine, Valentine. But sometimes it's pronounced with the sound E, like nicotine. Use the E sound, nicotine. And sometimes it sounds like I. Imagine, imagine. There's no way to know which sound to use when you're reading these words. So we're going to look at each one, and we're going to start with this sound, imagine. Let's take a closer look. So today we're going to talk about words ending with INE, making the sound I, in. Example, imagine, examine, engine, discipline, feminine, and masculine. Let's practice the pronunciation. Example, imagine. Imagine is a verb or an action, and the pronunciation, imagine. The boy likes to imagine he's an astronaut. He likes to imagine traveling in space. After imagine, we use a gerund, traveling with ing. He imagines traveling in space. Let's take a closer look at the pronunciation. Pronunciation, imagine. I, ima, j. Strong sound, j. Image. Imagine. 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 Stress on the second syllable. Imagine. 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 Can you imagine traveling in space? Let's practice. What does he like to imagine?
He likes to imagine he's an astronaut.
Does he like to imagine traveling in space?
Yes, he likes to imagine traveling in space.
Does the boy like to imagine he's an astronaut? Does he like to imagine traveling in space? Very good. Next word is examine. Examine, using the sound in for INE. Examine. It's a verb. The doctor has to examine the patient. I can make the verb in continuous, examining. What is the doctor doing? He's examining the patient. Pronunciation, examine. G, egg. Z, eggs, eggs. Exact. Exam, exam. Examine. 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 Stress on the second syllable. Examine. 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 The doctor needs to examine the patient. Examine. Let's practice. Does the doctor have to examine the patient?
Yes, the doctor has to examine the patient.
Does the doctor have to examine the patient? Very good. Is the doctor examining the patient right now?
Yes, the doctor is examining the patient right now.
Is the doctor examining the patient right now? Very good. Next word is engine, making the sound in for the INE, engine. This is an engine. For one, an engine, a motor. The car is old and the engine is old, so this car needs a new engine. Pronunciation, engine. J. Strong, j. Eng. Engine. 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 Stress on the first syllable. Engine. 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 He has to put a new engine in his old car. Engine. Let's practice. His car is old Does he need to put a new engine in the car?
Yes, he needs to put a new engine in the car.
Does he need to put a new engine in the car? Very good. Next example, discipline. Discipline. When my children don't behave, no computer, no candy, and no TV. Discipline is a noun. I think discipline is important. And discipline is a verb. I discipline my children. I discipline my child when he doesn't behave. Pronunciation, discipline. D. I, di. S, dis, dis. I, disse, disse. P, dissip. L, disciple, disciple. I, discipline, pli, discipline. Discipline, discipline, discipline. Stress on the first syllable. Discipline, discipline, discipline. I think discipline is important, and I discipline my children when they don't behave. Let's practice. Do you think discipline is important?
Yes, I think discipline is important.
Do you discipline your children?
Yes, I discipline my children.
Does she think discipline is important? Does she discipline her children? Very good. Example, feminine. Feminine is an adjective. It describes anything that looks like a girl, like a woman. Feminine. The dog has a pink bow and a pink collar. The dog looks feminine, like a girl. Pronunciation, feminine. Fe, fem, femme, femin, feminine, 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 feminine. Stress on the first syllable. Feminine, feminine. Your dog will look feminine if you put a pink bow on it. Let's practice. Does the dog look feminine?
Yes, the dog looks feminine.
What makes the dog look feminine?
The pink bow makes the dog look feminine.
Does the dog look feminine? What makes the dog look feminine? Very good. Example, masculine. Masculine is an adjective. Describes something that looks like a boy, like a man. This dog looks masculine. Like a boy, like a man, not like a girl. The dog looks masculine. Pronunciation, masculine. A, ma. S, mass. K, mask. Y, mask, y. Mask, mask. Mascule, mascule. Masculine. Masculine, masculine, masculine. Stress on the first syllable. Mask. Masculine, masculine, masculine. Your dog will look masculine if you dress him like Batman. Masculine. Let's practice. Does the dog look masculine or feminine?
The dog looks masculine.
Does the dog look masculine or feminine? Very good. So remember these words. Words ending in INE can have different pronunciations. All of these have the sound in. Imagine, examine, engine, discipline, feminine, and masculine.
Thank you for watching.
And if you want to improve your pronunciation and avoid making mistakes, subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.